Guys, welcome back to another episode of Think 4x4. Today we're in Ben's garage. We're not out on the tracks because we need to get the vehicle right before we go out again. Ben, what are we working on?
All right, thanks for that, Lockie. So, guys, if you remember from the first episode, poor Cruiser took on a little bit of water.
Just a little.
Just a little bit, yeah. So all the interiors come out, and I thought, why not take the opportunity to rip out the existing sound deadening and put the new stuff in? So that's what we're here to do today. Fortunately enough, you guys have missed me ripping out all the old stuff, which took about 3 days of dry ice and a hammer and a chisel, but we're finally at the fun stuff.
Yeah, that's why I thought I'd come out, so I'm not doing any of that hard work. So, but I do have my steel caps on, got my brand new FXD pants. I am ready to go and do some work. All right, let's get to it. What are you marking it with? 320.
All right, let's do that. Beautiful cut.
All right, cool. We've got our first piece.
Looks pretty nice.
Happy with that? Beautiful. First piece. At this rate, we'll be here all day, but that's all right.
What's the time? Oh, it's only 11
It's only 11
p.m.
p.m. That's right. All right, cool. Like right up against.
I would like to, because this is the biggest area for heat.
All right, so,
So
maybe we
if
should
we just
start up here and work
and then
down.
come down. That's a good idea.
All right, so I'm doing the passenger side here, where the feet are, and Ben's doing the driver's side. We were negotiating the sort of gearbox differently, but Ben's gonna try with a single strip along this side because he's kind of got this lump that comes out here, whereas I'm actually gonna try to fit a whole piece in, maybe except like a little bit, and sort of see. Hopefully that molds in all right, but it's kind of two different approaches. But let's see how we go. I'm getting ready to put in that big piece I wanted to do at the passenger side, just at your feet. So I've only cut about this much off. I don't really know how this is going to go, but I flip it over, and just because I want to adhere, because I've got quite a large piece and it's like hard to negotiate, I just want to cut small strips along the back so I can only peel off a little bit at a time, kind of just roughly and very lightly. I'm just going to make an incision here. I could be completely going with the wrong approach here.
You reckon you'll be right.
Yeah, it's not my car.
Right. Where is your car, Lockie, actually?
I don't have a car.
You have a car.
Yeah, so Ben always tries to convince me to get an 80, but I know nowhere near as much as he does about vehicles. I pretend to know a little bit, but if it ever broke down, he'd pretty much just end up at Ben's garage anyway, so I'd be without a vehicle for a while. And he does 2 weeks on, 1 week off, so it could be months before I see my vehicle again. And I would never ask him to do a console for my vehicle because, as you can see here, and we mentioned it in the previous video, he's been working on this bad boy for a while. So sound dampening comes first over cool console.
That's right.
All right, let's see how we go.
It's all like a stage, because I've got to move all the
all
wiring in there.
excuses, really, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Alright, so we're about a quarter of the way through. We've just finished the bottom part of the driver's side and passenger side floor. We're just going to talk a little bit about the product that we're using.
So the product I chose for the sound deadening is Roadkill by Stinger. The reason why I chose this is it's a one solution sort of step. So it's a 2-in-1 if you like. It's got a thick butyl and alley layer as one of the first few layers for your sound and thermal properties, and then it's got this mass high density foam on top of that, which is quite water resistant. So it's exactly what I want, and as a salesman told me, it's what you put in a Lamborghini, so that's exactly what we've got here. That's what we're doing.
Hey guys, welcome back. It's the same episode of Think 4x4. It's just the next day. We actually ran out of time and we ran out of product. Ben, how much of this stuff have we used so far?
All right, so we've gone through 5 of the smaller boxes to only get about 75% of the floor well done. So thanks to the guys at Amplified Automotive this morning, they've hooked us up with a bulk box. That's going to finish off the floor and also do the rear arches.
Guys, we're not pretending to be experts at this. This is the first time we've done it. So there is a few things we have learnt that we want to share with you. Starting off, sharp Stanley knife. This one just so happens to be a Stinger, but it doesn't have to be, just as long as you got sharp blades. The next thing you want, which is a must, is the roller. But one of the things we actually learnt before we did it is that you want to file off the edges so that it doesn't cut into your foam too much. Okay?
All right, the next thing we did was we took our tape measure and we threw that straight out the window. That's going to be no good to you. As this stuff molds to your footwell to fill like all the crevices, it actually shrinks in size. So what we did was we used a little bit of paper to cut out a template for the exterior. We then laid some cuts in the back of it so you only peel off a little bit of the adhesive at once. You lay that down, as you roll it, you're able to mold and cut shape as you go.
Yeah, that's right. So that was one of the things we learned, is that we were being really precise with the measuring tape at the start, but we really didn't need to be. We just ended up molding it in the end. Another thing we learned is that you don't get a 6-pack, you get a carton, because guys, this stuff takes ages. If you can, get a few of your reliable mates out here to give you a hand.
Now, speaking of reliable mates, I'm going to ask Lockie to get his hands dirty. Have a look at the front bearings and CVs before we head out on our next trip.
Before we head out, no, you're getting ahead of yourself. The next thing we want to do is actually do the sides and roof of the vehicle. But that, you're right, that's probably going to take a bit of time. So we probably will head bush. But before we do the sides and the roof, we would love to hear from you guys. So please leave a comment in the descriptions. We're new to this. Any tips or tricks you guys have, we'd love to hear from you. Ben, when are we heading out next and where are we going?
All right, so we're heading out the next couple of days. Actually, we're heading to Wombat and Lerderderm State Forest. The cruise is going to tackle a track called the Three Sisters. It's a bit of an unnamed track that just a few of us know of. It's done it a couple of times before, but we've had rain recently, so it might make it interesting.
Yeah, it'd probably be like that first episode. We were stuck out bush for quite some time. But hopefully not of a night time, because it is getting really cold here in Melbourne. Guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please comment, subscribe, all that sort of stuff, and turn your notifications on so you know when we go bush next time. We're definitely going to have to winch.
Yeah.
The sign, have it on your lap.
Yeah, that's nice. Oh, that's cute. Look up, yeah.